Welcome to M3 Collective. This group, Simon and Edwin and myself and Jeanette, we began in the labs of WeWork as an accountability group, and we started to have these discussions about growth and being founders and about being and achieving and moving forward and how to do that. And it became a wider discussion about what we were reading, about what we were watching, and we started to share in. And these spaces for me really allowed to get beyond the bounds of those books or beyond the boundaries of the conversations that were happening out in the ether. And it allowed integration. It allowed moments of reflection. It allowed me to think less and become less cerebral about what we were facing into, and to start embodying the principles that allow me to grow, allow me to expand, allow me to face into the difficult. So for me, that's why this group has been so formative in my day-to-day journey. And the reflections of both you, Simon, and Edwin have really helped me titrate a lot of the words of wisdom that are around me, and make them my own and put them into action. So Simon, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, so I think this started out as fairly simple that I like to learn, right? A lifelong learner myself, and I've been reading a lot of nonfiction materials, books, articles, and the group that you mentioned, and Jeanette, really kind of helped me, right, to continue to not just read and think about stuff myself, but also have someone to discuss with, right? And as part of the accountability, we kind of keep each other honest, and able to make good progress into our learning and reading. And then, of course, the idea of maybe we can share this with a broader audience. It sort of got us to where we are with the M3 Collective, right? Is to, as we discuss this, we can maybe, do the recordings and share that with the, with the world, actually. So yeah, very simple.
Yeah.
And Edwin?
Yeah, so thank you, Simon. Thank you, Anjanette. So yeah, I think that we're pretty much aligned here on thought, right? We were, we started out talking business and growth, and then we sort of migrated to taking a look at articles, and we had some very engaging conversations when we were looking at articles and different papers, and then we sort of took the transition to focus on books and more long form narratives. And our conversations grew, and there was just so much knowledge sharing that was taking place in our conversations when we were just, whether it be an article, whether it be a book, whether it just be talking about general business items. And we felt that instead of just having this data and this information in a silo, it would be best to share it with the world. One of the items that we learned in a later book, Atomic Habits, is our main goal is to get 1% better each day. And if you do that, you'll be 35 times better by the end of the year. And so I think that we all have seen self-improvement and just personal development in our own personal lives. And we felt it would be a good avenue to sort of share it with the world, while at the same time establishing a really healthy habit for ourselves of meeting, having conversations about the material that we've ingested, internalizing it, applying it into our lives, and then sharing it to the rest of the world. So that's one of the reasons why I'm here with M3 Collective, and I hope that all of our listeners and all of our viewers are able to realize the same growth and professional development in their own lives.
And what's so amazing is that we're 2 years as a collective, and there's been this alchemy. So I think, as you mentioned, Edwin, it's we can take in so much wisdom, and it's fantastic. But when we silo it as individuals, that it's very different than the alchemy that's created when it, as a collective, we start to metabolize those nuggets of wisdom and integration. So how it lands in each of us is we have 3 different perspectives, 3 different mindsets, but the shift that occurs within the collective for me has been so much more expansive than how it exists within the silo of my own mind and body. So for me, this is amazing. So welcome everyone, and let's get started.